Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? I believe we are live now on this Saturday afternoon. We're hoping to do more of live streams. I see a few comments over here. Joseph, your most recent one, it has been a while since we've done a live stream. That is
No
very,
doubt about
very
that.
true. Hope you guys are all doing well. It has been way too long. We've been very busy with lots of travel. The beginning of summer and stuff, I had school going on as well, UK stuff going on. So we've been pretty busy. So we're hoping to do a lot more live streams coming up in the next little bit. So
Getting everything prepared while everybody's kind of
getting
joining
logged
us
on.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a few talking points for what we want to discuss today and just kind of catch up with you all and see how everybody's doing. So we'll hop on into that in just a few more minutes. We'll let a few more people come on in, then we'll start coming in. In the meantime, if you want to put in the chat maybe your favorite video we've made in the last little bit or anything to talk about a car. Hello, hello. Hey everyone. Thanks for joining. Those of you just now coming along.
No, it's weird. It's backwards
What's back?
or opposite of what we see.
Oh, yeah. The webcam.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Well,
Mason was saying, we're planning on doing these more frequently, and we'll have some specific exciting things. We already know some things. There's your little clue. We're not going to talk about it today, but we're going to have some interesting details.
things you might be definitely curious to see about.
Yeah.
We're hoping to do some live streams. Our goal is to do them twice a month. Now, I don't know if we'll meet that. Sometimes we get across and it's a busy time of the year or whatever. Our goal is to hit 2 live streams a month. And I think this will be our target time too, Saturday afternoons, because that gives you guys time to be here. You should be off of work, hopefully. Some of you guys, I hope you don't work full 6 days a week. So hopefully you're off work. We can catch you on that time, or if you're in school or whatnot, you won't be in school. So we're hoping that's going to be where we're going to land is the Saturday afternoon area twice a month.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
looks like we have about 50 people on here
All
right
right.
now. So I got the notification on my phone, so I think we're probably good to go and go ahead and start talking about some
Well,
things we
yeah.
want to talk about.
Formally, welcome.
So I'll start by answering a few little questions that have popped up over here on the side. Um, let's see. It's been a while, blah, blah, blah. My favorite video is the Model S Plaid. Yeah, that was a really cool one that we had on there. The plug-in hybrid Sportage. So Francisco asked that. We don't have any update on that one specifically. Hopefully, our dealer will get one. But if not, we hope to have that as a press loan. And whenever that does roll out to the fleet, we will have that at our house. We'll ask Kia, and they'll most likely send that to us. All right. Thanks everyone for all the kind thoughts here. Let's go ahead and hop into some things. Okay. So first of all, we want to talk about some upcoming videos as well as some upcoming travel events and upcoming press cars. This is kind of like an insider live stream. We're still going to be working out the bugs and stuff of what we want to talk about in the live stream, but we want to give you guys the inside scoop. If you're here for a live stream, we want to tell you what's coming up so you have that like kind of insider knowledge of what is going on. So, if you haven't seen already, if you don't follow our Instagram, Instagram's the only thing we posted on at this point,
Hmm.
but right now we have a press loaner Mazda 3 Turbo Premium Plus hatchback.
Big name.
Yeah, it's a very convoluted name there, but it is a great car to have. We just got that delivered on Thursday, so a review of that 2022 model will be coming up on our channel soon. And we had the week before we had a Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe Trailhawk, so the plug-in hybrid Jeep Grand Cherokee, the two-row. I know we haven't reviewed the two-row
Right.
yet. I guess we did that little small video earlier in the year, but the two-row model, so full review of that will be coming up soon. As far as other upcoming cars, we have a Camry TRD, so the 2022 Camry TRD is coming next Thursday. And then after that, you're gonna tell me, Drew. Camry TRD after. Oh, Volvo C40 Recharge is coming the week after that. So we have that for a week, and then let me.
Lexus LX 600.
Yes, the ultra luxury LX 600 is heading
That's
our
gonna
way.
be a
Yeah,
very nice one.
a $130,000 LX 600.
Yes, please.
Right, and I can't remember the last one that we were sent. There's gonna be we have a schedule of it coming up.
Something.
Let's see. Oh, the Toyota Tundra Capstone. So for
Yes.
all of those vehicles, we could do, extensive content, extensive week-long testing, possibly nighttime videos as well, especially for the cooler ones like the LX600. I imagine we'll do a nighttime video for the Tundra Capstone as well, since it does have all the cool ambient lighting, so we can show you guys what that's like to live on a day-to-day basis. That's something that our typical reviews don't cover, is like the nighttime stuff. And I see that we have some pretty positive comments on that nighttime stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy those little nighttime videos as well. Yeah. Okay. And Drew's keeping an eye on the
Yeah, I'm
comments
trying
here.
to
So
trying to monitor. I was having some technical difficulties. It was getting behind
yeah,
the other ones, which it might still be.
there you can see them right here as well.
Yeah, I just didn't want to put my face right in the camera.
Now, as far as a couple other updates, so upcoming videos, we wanted to talk about that as well. So Sunday will be our next upload day. So we upload Sundays at noon. We have a pretty cool video coming up. I think you guys will be interested in seeing. And I know Joseph Payton here. He's going to be very interested in seeing it because it does involve that Tesla Model S plaid model. And I think we'll just get back to these comments. So if you're leaving a comment, at the end, we have a Q&A, and we'll just start going through some of these and answer some of them. So don't feel like I'm ignoring you here. But it's going to be the Tesla Model S Plaid versus the Lucid Air. So it's going to be a comparison Sunday. So
Smackdown Sunday.
yeah, right. Smackdown Sunday. So we're excited for that. It's a cool video to make. And I think you guys are going to be very interested in watching that, hopefully. So I don't know which one will land on top. Actually, I do know which one comes out
Yeah, I
on
was
top.
going to say, you know.
You all don't know until tomorrow at noon until
We
you
put
tune
it
in. But that's an upcoming video. As far as some other things that we filmed, we have filmed a Rivian R1T that will be coming up on the channel sometime. So that was a really cool car that we got a hold of. We've done a few other normal cars. A Ford Expedition Timberline model is one that we filmed this week.
We got a couple of 2023 models coming up as well.
QX55 we just did a video on.
Latest and greatest stuff.
Genesis G70. We have a Mercedes GLS coming up as well. I'm just scrolling through my photos album
Lots
here.
Lots of goodies is the moral of the story on that.
Right.
We've found some things.
Yes, there's finally some inventory.
And finally there's some things coming into inventory.
Right.
It's not like it used to be, that's for sure, but small signs of improvement. Being optimistic that things will be getting better in the next 6 months, hopefully by the end of the year. We can be back to more of a normal capacity where we can be picky again. That would be nice.
That would be nice. Although
back in 2019, we used to be like, "Oh, I don't want to review that. That's not the color I want. I want the blue one."
Yeah, nowadays, if it has
like,
4 wheels, we pretty much try and film it and get it to you guys because it's tough out here doing the car dealership model when everything sells so fast. So, but luckily, that, like Drew said, with the balance that we've been able to get a press loaners and travel and all that stuff, we've been able to have a good balance to hopefully keep you guys up to date on the latest car news and stuff. Another thing that we wanted to discuss was upcoming travel. So that's another thing that we want to keep you guys on the loop on. So we have 2 more events coming up in the next few weeks. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be very happy to know what they're for because I'm sure you'll be very pleased to see we're going down to Nashville So anyone from Tennessee, comment in the comment section down below. Tennessee, Nashville area. We'll be heading down there next weekend. So we'll be down there a week from now, and that's going to be for the 2023 Honda CRV. Now it is going to be only for the gas model, not the hybrid. The hybrid's coming out later in the year, so we won't have access to the hybrid to drive that around. However, we will have access to the gas model. I believe it's the EXL trim level. So we will have a video coming up on that all new CRV, more extensive than our previous studio shoot of the HR or CRV. So that's pretty exciting as well.
Exactly. And there's going to be all types of other things going on in Nashville as well. So we're going to try to capture as much as we can. I can't, really get into the details yet because I don't know exactly how it's going to be structured, but kind of the big thing is hopefully getting some good hands-on quality time with the CRV and being able to show you guys some of that detailed information, and then also maybe collecting some fun content as well.
Yep. I also think the Civic Type R is going to be there as well. So we'll maybe get some content on that unwrapped. So we have some, definitely a lot of Honda content coming up that you should be excited about. So pay attention to see that in your subscriptions feeds over the next few weeks.
Right. As you guys know, it's a big year for
It
Hondas
is.
for sure.
Definitely.
And we are going to keep you guys in the loop with the latest and the greatest as quickly as possible. Very happy that we have a nice relationship with Honda and they keep us busy this year with all types of new products.
Right. Yeah. And if you're just now joining us, thanks so much for tuning in to our Saturday live stream. We're hoping to do more of these. And like I mentioned, if you leave a comment, we will get to it at the end when we're doing a Q&A. We're just talking about some upcoming videos, so be patient with us and we'll get to your comment. That we're not ignoring you, I promise. Now, as far as other travel, right after we get back from Nashville, we're heading to Asheville, so take off the N. So Asheville, North Carolina, we'll be heading to do the refreshed Hyundai Palisade. So I think you guys are gonna definitely love to see that. The Palisade has been very popular on our channel for years. It's one of our favorite three-row SUVs. So the refreshed one, we're definitely excited to take an extensive test of and get those videos on our channel as soon as possible. Maybe some comparisons too. Maybe if we can get a hold of a refreshed Telluride, we'll do a refreshed Palisade versus refreshed Telluride. I think you guys would like that as well.
I mean, after all these years, we've gotten to know you guys very well and what the types of things you like. And we know you like Palisade, Telluride, a lot of things with three-row crossovers for those family-oriented, this is a mainstream types of vehicles that you guys like to buy, and we like to cover them for you guys. And like I said, very excited to get a hold of that updated Palisade, see what they've done to make it better because it's already, a really fantastic product. And, like you said, a lot of you guys are going to be really interested in it. I definitely think so. New trim levels on board. So I don't know what types of model they'll have.
I'm
hopefully
hoping
they'll
they
have
have
the XRT
right.
and the calligraphy. I'd like to look at both of them and
Yeah.
show you guys maybe the differences between
two
them.
reviews, maybe.
That would be good.
Maybe, just maybe.
Don't know what's going to be there though, so can't promise anything yet.
Yeah, depends on how much time we have with the cars. We always do our best. Sometimes our videos have to be shorter or whatever, depending on the events. You guys know how it is. Sometimes it just is what it is. Sometimes you only have 20 minutes to film a car, and in that case, we can't do our normal full in-depth video. So we do as best we can to provide you all with the content that you guys are looking for. I also want to take a second here to do a little bit of a plug for our Instagram and TikTok pages, as well as our YouTube Shorts channel. So if you missed maybe the community post, we do have a separated Car Confections Shorts channel. So if you loved the little short 1-minute videos, I know some of you guys didn't like them very much, but if you did like those videos and just wanted a little short recap, it's 1 minute long. That's the maximum they can be in their vertical. So we do have those actually on YouTube. They're just not on our main Car Confections page. They're on a separate Car Confections Shorts channel. That way we don't offend anybody who's on our main channel wanting just long format videos. if you want that content, just go ahead and hop on over to our Car Confections short channel, um, and you can see all of the latest stuff there. The emblem, it looks kind of like this. I don't know how much you'll be able to see of it, but it looks something like this.
It's basically our emblem, but
Right.
it says shorts.
If you
It's
just
very
go
easy to find it.
search Car Confections shorts, it will pop right up. Now, also, we do cover a lot of different things on Instagram and TikTok as well. So if you have either one of those social medias, be sure to go follow us. TikTok, it's at Car Confections. Same thing for Instagram. If you type in Car Confections, that should pop right up. We actually had a great month on Instagram. For sure. We have over 100,000 followers on Instagram now. We have 111,000, I believe.
Yeah, they've been growing rapidly. So come join that family as well. You're going to see a different, different kinds of content that can, kind of accent the main videos that you see with all the detail. Those are a little lighter, of course, because they're short form video clips. And of course, you're going to see pictures and Instagram stories. If you
Right.
use social media, then come on over and follow us. You'll find out, some insider
Yeah,
information that way as well.
yeah, that's what I was
where
gonna
we're
say.
at, what we're doing currently on a day-to-day basis. So.
Yeah, if you really want to keep up with this travel west, we normally put a bunch of stuff on the story so you can have the latest information there. So that's definitely some exciting stuff that if you haven't already followed us there, go ahead and do that. Drew mentioned this earlier for those of you who are just now coming in. Hopefully, you didn't miss too much, but we do have some exciting announcements that we will be doing in the upcoming live streams. So we're just kind of getting the live stream stuff figured out, and we will be making some exciting updates over the next few ones that I think you all will all be interested in looking at. So be on the lookout for that. I think you'll all be interested in the upcoming ones as well. So today we just kind of wanted to hop on here, get you guys used to doing live streams, then do a little Q&A at the end, talk about some of our upcoming travel, and then we'll get into the meat and the potatoes the next couple live streams as well.
Right, for sure. Yeah, and there's definitely some improvements that we'll hopefully be making with our live streams as well. Hopefully going to find the quality looks pretty decent on this webcam, but sometimes I know it can look a little crusty, so we'll see if we can do better than that. Speaking of crusty, my chair is looking very crusty. I will be replacing this. Don't you fret, but
mine has it too. I'm just covering it up. Yeah, we sit in these chairs all day long editing videos for you all. So
that's right.
It's hard work.
Wear and tear.
Right. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into some of the questions. If you have something else that we have wrote down that we need to discuss, we will go ahead. But we'll go ahead and hop into the Q&A here. So I'm scrolling up to the top again. I'll start answering some of the questions. The very first comment is talking about Joe Rady. We have met Joe Rady. We actually, we're all friendly with one another. We go to all the same events and stuff. We'll see him next week in Nashville. So very, very nice people. So all of the YouTubers really are great people. So that's comment one. Been a while since we did live stream. Hey everybody. I already kind of answered the Sportage PHEV. We'll do that as soon as possible. I don't really have any updates on that though. Nicole says, "Hi, I'm such a big fan. Thanks so much. I've been watching since 2017. Wow, it's pretty impressive. I don't think I would have been watching since 2017. Our videos weren't very good back then. So you're a real one."
Rude. Those are fantastic.
That means a lot that you say we're your favorite. Thanks so much. That means a lot to us. Thanks for your support. And yes, my knee is doing better. I don't know how many of you guys knew, but I dislocated it a second time back in like May. So I was back in the knee brace for a little bit. In the Nissan Z video, if you watch that, I was back in the knee brace and I had to wear that for a few reviews back in May, but it healed up fine. It did a lot faster than the first time. I didn't have to go back to PT, so my knee is doing fine. So hopefully we can keep it from doing it a third time, and then I'll be all good. So I can get in all those third rows and everything.
Yeah. Darian, our friend Darian's checking on us for the storm. I guess that maybe is in the news. There's some flooding in some parts of Kentucky. not where we're at.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're fine.
But yeah, it's really a bad situation, guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really weird, honestly. Like it has not rained here for I mean, I swear it didn't rain the entire summer. It's been like 2 months. We mowed the grass like once this entire summer because it's just been dirt because there's no rain, and then it randomly came just a lot of rain even here in Lexington. And but yeah, in Eastern Kentucky, it's a couple hours from us. Yeah, it hit them hard. So um, hope, keep them in your thoughts and prayers, I guess, because it's pretty rough out there, and you know hopefully it doesn't get worse with the rain and the weather. So
yeah, more rain is coming, I think. But in lighter news,
yeah.
getting back to cars, that is, someone's asking, is the Volkswagen Arteon going EV in 2024? No official word, but of course, as you know, Volkswagen is committed to really transitioning strongly towards electric vehicles in a short amount of time. I don't even think they're investing any money at all from this point forward in internal combustion. So maybe not as soon as 2024, but I would definitely anticipate that there wouldn't be a
And
next
next gen,
generation.
yeah.
And if you saw that ID Aero concept vehicle from a few weeks ago, that looked kind of strongly like perhaps a replacement for Arteon and Passat that would be full electric. So I think that's where we're going to go with the Volkswagen brand is really, transitioning everything towards EVs, and that would be an obvious successor, I think, to those two sedans.
Yeah. Um, Someone says hi from California. Hey Sparks. Thanks. We're here in Kentucky right now. We're in California quite a lot, so maybe we'll run into each other at some point. Someone's also asking if we're going to review the 2023 RAV4. Um, Well, the 23 model year is not out yet. The 22, if you're talking about the refresh model, we actually did do a 22 hybrid as an extensive review, not just the walk around. So you might want to check that out. We haven't had our
This is talking, I believe this is referring to the walk around at the
auto show.
Toyota HQ.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Yes.
that was a 2023. But yes, whenever most of these cars will become the next model year in the fall. So we
Yeah.
will certainly get around to reviewing them
RAV4
as
is,
soon as it becomes. But
yeah.
that was just an early look from Toyota's headquarters. That's not currently on sale yet.
Yeah. Same for Venza. All the 23s, like the Tundra SX package, all of those will be covered extensively as a review on our channel. Just so you guys know, that was a unique event where they just had everything there, and we were like, let's film it. So get you guys as early a content on as we could. Okay. See, can you make a video about the 22 Camry SE? I'm not sure what car. Have we done a Camry this year? I don't even
We
know.
did an LE.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We're getting the TRD,
Yeah.
which we just mentioned in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so it's not an
So
SE, but
that's close.
but it is
It's
it's
very
a
hard to match something
right.
very specific these days, but we're trying our hardest.
Yeah, it's trim levels, it's like do whatever is there, unfortunately. The Highlander, 2023 Highlander. Oh, that's a good one because we were talking about the Palisade just a little bit ago. Uh, what do we think about it? To be honest with you guys, I'll reserve my opinion until I get behind the wheel of it. So this is off the record, but I honestly don't think it is an improvement. You have a 4 cylinder and a Highlander. We'll see. It's just going to be iffy on it. I don't think they really changed anything besides for the engine mostly. So um, we'll see how the 4 cylinder operates in a Highlander. I think that was one of my favorite parts about the Highlander. Honestly, was that smooth V6 engine. So I'm a little disappointed that they got rid of it. But I guess it is what it is. Everything's getting smaller nowadays. You went from V8 to V6. Now we're heading to 4 cylinders before we go full EV. So it's just a sign of the times, I guess. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed about the V6.
But we will see. Somebody's asking, Sparks is asking, do you guys watch other YouTubers? Of course, we're car enthusiasts. We enjoy watching um, other people talk about cars as well. I mean, cars are just very interesting. Cars are basically our life. And we love all types of cars. And we've actually got the privilege, of course, to meet a lot of these people at these same events that we go to and become actual personal friends with them. So we really respect their opinion about different types of vehicles, and I particularly love watching videos about the cars that we maybe aren't in
Right.
personally, because we can't be in everything all the time. Of course, that would be physically impossible. So, when somebody reviews something that's very interesting, or well, something that we've never been in, I really like to.
Kinda like Lyric, for instance. We don't do a lot with GM in regards to events. That was a cool one I watched.
Yeah.
I know I watched a ton of that. I watched the Audi RS3 videos from Sofyan and all the great people. Uh, yeah, the events that we don't get invited to basically are the ones I normally end up watching. So as we get bigger, hopefully that will be few and far between so we can show you guys everything. But, yeah, we love watching all those people. We grew up honestly watching them, so Kona Inn review was cool. Awesome, thank you. Um, see if we have any more uh, questions here. Let's see as we scroll through. As scrolls down, blah, blah. Which one? A Corolla Sedan SE and a Corolla Cross LE for immediate sale. So to answer your question about the Corolla Sedan versus the Corolla Cross, I think if you want my opinion, I like both of them. I do like the Corolla Cross quite a bit, but do just keep in mind the is probably going to be a little bit cheaper, the sedan as compared to the Cross because it's a SUV. And that's what everyone's wanting nowadays. So as you can see, it looks like you have a higher end trim level Corolla sedan. So you're just going to have to weigh pros and cons of do you need the space or do you want a little bit more features and that type of thing.
Luckily, most things are the same, including most aspects of the interior. Seal Forever is asking, how's the Sonata inline? I do want to talk about that, not fully, but to
So
just
as you were
let you
saying,
guys know that we are planning having a 1 year update, where at this point it's a little greater than one
we
year.
got it in June of last year.
Yeah,
So
so I know you guys love to see like the long term, how's everything holding up, how's everything going, and we will definitely be bringing you guys that in a separate video or another live stream, something coming up where we can really dig into the details, because I want to give you guys all the details, not just a couple,
points,
vague
yeah.
thoughts, but all the good details like we've done with our Tesla. We've done a couple updates with that. And I think we learned some insightful things about it over this period of time. So, um, yeah, I feel the same way about this Sonata as well.
Right. 2023 Honda HR-V LX. I think we'll try and do some comparisons with the Honda HR-V once we get comparable trim levels with other of its competitive vehicles. Right now, like we said, we've had issues getting specific trim levels and stuff, so that's a little bit of a difficulty. Is getting this car and this high end trim level and this car and this low end trim level. You can't really compare them because they're just not exactly equivalent. So once we do get an HRV of the lower trim or another model in the higher trim, we'll compare the HRV to some other stuff. Um, I believe Drew answered a few of the questions with the opinion on personal cars. So we'll be
Hmm.
talking about the Sonata inline. We might also do one for the Tesla. I mean, why not do like a 2.25 year update or however old it is? I can't even remember at this point. But um, we can show all the stuff and features about our personal cars. And someone did ask not long ago at the bottom. They asked what our personal cars were. If you're just now joining in, or if you're new to the channel and don't know what personal cars we own, we have a Sonata inline and we have a Tesla Model 3. It's a 2020 Tesla Model 3 standard range. So the $35,000 model, and then the Sonata inline is a 2021. Okay. Looks like we have a few people from Tennessee.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
If you're in Nashville, I guess pay us a visit in the next week.
Thank you for the kind words as well. There's lots of people say they enjoy the reviews and everything. We appreciate your viewership. We can't do this without you.
Right.
Looks like we got a donation from Yusuf,
Oh, thank you.
thank you very much. I am currently thinking of IDR, what that stands for. Which currency is that? 10,000 IDR.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Comment down
Yes, please
down
comment
below.
below. I have no idea.
Educate me. That's awesome. Thank you though.
We appreciate your support.
Yeah, it does help us to get the best camera gear. I mean, hell, you guys, if you don't like the webcam being low resolution, maybe we can look at getting something else. We're always looking for different ways to improve our videos and stuff. So if you guys have ideas, that was actually something that we wanted to talk about. I guess I can go ahead and segue into that. We'll keep answering some of the questions that are popping in, but at the end of each live stream, we want to have a section of time where we just answer any questions you all have about why we do certain things the way we do or whatnot, and any ideas for improvement, because 315,000 people think a lot better than two. So if you have any ideas for content that you'd like to see, we'd love to hear it. And then we can work on developing that content to meet your all's needs. So, we have access to the cars. So if you guys need a specific video or want something and it turns out to be something that a lot of people want and it continues to be popular, we're more than happy to make content and expand that out. So um, go ahead and comment those down in the comment section down below, what you'd like to see, what you'd like to see a little bit more of, maybe less of something else, that type of deal. Okay, so I'll keep answering some of these questions. I got an '05. I got an '05 Civic. Y'all want to buy it? Tyrone, I think I don't need any more cars, unfortunately, at this point. Although, if you're wanting to sell it, now's probably a good time because everything's worth way more than what it should be. So, you might be able to get a good price for it.
We have a comment about the chip shortage that I'm seeing
Okay.
as well. I just, like we had mentioned, I think just briefly a little bit earlier, I would say slight improvement on what's going on. But if you shop for a car anytime recently, you know that it's just very, very difficult. And you really showed off how bad it looks now.
I had to get some water.
It's just a very difficult environment. And being in the business we're in, reviewing cars, which quite a few of them come from car dealerships, we deal with the same environment, which is just that things are not available. The stock is basically non-existent. Cars just come in like a tiny trickle, a few here, a few there. So if you're ever wondering, oh, why don't they have a blah blah blah, whatever, it's probably because we don't have like a great working relationship with from a corporate level, because we can get some of these cars on press loans for a whole week, but sometimes that takes a lot of time, or we just don't know the right people to contact, or two, because we're taking them from a dealership, they're just not available, or they're already sold well before they ever reach the dealership. So we are, I assure you, doing the best that we can do, always trying to get you guys the best and the latest content. And hopefully it improves not just for our sake, but for everybody's sake, because I think we can all agree that the environment right now for buying a new car
Terrible.
is terrible. It's just, you can't get what you want. If you find what you want, you have to pay so much more than what it's worth. And I'm sure we could all agree that we would love for that to end and end as soon as possible and get back to a more normal experience where we have our choice of what we want and we can negotiate.
Cool. Right. Any news on the 2023 Audi Q5? I think you might be happy. We'll have some content on that hopefully coming up shortly for the Audi Q5. There's not going to be very many changes for the 2023 model year, but there are a few changes for Pam, who's asking about the 2023 Q5. Okay, if we scroll through a couple more, let's see. Okay, do you know, is the new Pilot going to be unveiled? Or actually, Chevy Silverado, hopefully, like Drew said, that's another one of those. If we can get our hands on one, we will. It's just that's a little bit of a tough thing to get right now for whatever reason for our channel. Um, the new pilot is going to be unveiled in Nashville. Good question, but uh, no, and I cannot comment on any new pilot because Honda hasn't stated anything yet. We can only sit here and hope that they will make a new pilot soon. Surely to goodness, they will make a new pilot with the refresh Palisade, refresh Telluride, refresh Highlander. I'm thinking Honda is going to want a new pilot out, so I think that will be rather soon. Um,
Looks like we got our answer. An Indonesian rupee for a
awesome,
currency. Thank you for educating us.
right?
We learned
Yeah,
something new. I had no idea what currency that is. We don't. I'm not accustomed to seeing anything much outside of
euros or
U.S.
U.S. dollar.
dollars, Canadian dollars. I don't know, Mexican pesos, euros, stuff like that.
Some of the new comments are making fun of our chairs. Yes, we will have new chairs. We're gonna get them. We sit in here a lot and edit. We have a lot of videos to make, guys. So yes.
And we frankly wanted to replace these a while ago, but shortages are on everything, and we've had to deal with the shortage of office chairs. So
Yeah, we're very picky
I
about
want
these. These are very
this
nice.
exact kind again, so it takes a while to find.
It looks like we got a a comment from Asher, a recent one, or actually no, wrong person. FJ, that talks about. It seems like we always like the cars that we review. So um, this is a good question. I get asked this a lot. Here's our personal standpoint on like reviewing cars is in general, we like to cover more fact-based stuff than we like to talk about our opinions. That said, we do include our opinions in there, but people like cars for different reasons. So, for instance, I might not like a certain car, but I'm not going to sit there and say that this car is stupid. I hate this car is trash, blah, 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 for a 30-minute video because for someone else, that car might actually make a lot of sense. So, that's why we tend to stay more on the positive side of things. You can probably tell if I don't like the car or if I would never own it in the video because of the choice words that I use or whatnot, but I'm not gonna sit there and just, like, eviscerate a car just because I don't personally like it.
Right, and like he was saying, there's so many different situations out there. We just represent one of many different personal situations. We're out here reviewing cars as two single dudes, that have I don't have a family to haul around. I'm not going to buy a minivan, for example. But of course, a minivan has a purpose and it fulfills family that, for it fulfills a role for a family that nothing else will. So just because it doesn't fit with my personal needs has nothing to do if it fits with your personal needs. So I'm going to tell you about all the great things it can do for your family. If you have 5 kids and you need that, you're going to know everything about it. And it doesn't really, my opinion on what it looks like does not really have anything to do with that. And you don't care. So I'm not going to blab about it too much.
Right. So, there that answers your question there in regards to that. Yes, I do have opinions, but most of the time it's not going to be expressed explicitly in there.
Benjamin Camp says, "Do you play any racing video games?"
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of free time because, as you might expect, we spend most of our time doing this and trying to drive real cars and film it. But when we have some spare time, actually, I believe it was last weekend, we had a little bit of spare time. We bust out the old steering wheels that were very dusty, but those you may have seen them like hooked to a table, and you can have the steering wheel and the pedals and the shifter. It's pretty cool. We don't have any of the latest video games, so
We're still rocking the PS3.
PlayStation
Yeah,
3. That shows you how much we play video
yeah.
games, but
Hey, it's
Gran
this.
Turismo 5 is very realistic.
It is. It is definitely. We've drove on racetracks before, and it was remarkably close,
Right.
guys. So if you have a steering wheel and Gran Turismo, it's remarkably close. I will tell you that. So Never did I ever think I would actually be driving on a racetrack in certain cars, but we've done that actually quite a few times at this point. So thank you guys for giving us the privilege of doing that. But certainly it's pretty fun to do that every once in a while just for a little bit of a, relaxing time. But yeah, most of the time we actually are working and I'm still in school. So I have schoolwork to do most of the time. Yeah, we're pretty busy. So normally not like the craziest gamers or anything, that's for sure. But we enjoy it from time to time. It looks like we got another donation from Arturo about the Kia Rio. He has a question: is there going to be a 2023 Kia Rio? Any information on that? So thank you. First of all, thank you for your donation. Drew, do you have any information on the 2023 Kia Rio? Because I'm not sure I do.
I
Is
don't
it
think anything has
is it supposed to be
officially
refreshed?
came out.
Let me check. Well, can we do that while we're live streaming? I don't know. Let me check on my phone. I'm not exactly sure if it's supposed to be refreshed this year or not. Um, I haven't heard anything about it, honestly. We have a pretty tight relationship with Kia, um, and I haven't heard anything about it.
As you guys know, the Hyundai Accent has been discontinued, so um,
I don't
I'm
know.
not gonna think that the Rio has a bright future, but I do think it's going to be around for 2023, or else we probably would have already heard about it being discontinued.
Right,
But
and also that's one of those cars that I think will stick it out until probably as long as they can because it doesn't really cost manufacturers a ton of money to keep the cars on sale once they've already designed it. That's a car that's obviously targeted to be a very affordable vehicle. So um, I imagine that might be a very popular segment here in a little while. Everything inflation costing as much as everything rising in prices. A very affordable sedan probably will be a very popular vehicle. So I imagine they'll keep it around for another model year. As far as changes, though, I don't know of any right now. I wouldn't expect that they're going to change much. So, okay.
Terry says, "Great to see you both." And he says, "Next to you two, everyone is roadkill."
I like the car related joke there.
Yeah.
That's very, very clever. Thank you, though, Terry. That's very nice of you to say. You guys are sometimes too kind, I think. um, so we're getting a few more. We have a comment from someone that says, "Are you guys twins?" That's a new one. We get that actually quite often. We are brothers, but we're 4 years apart. So he's 25, I'm 21. Right. If you're curious as to the age difference there. So answering one further up from Emma. It says Emma from Nigeria, West Africa, and so that's crazy. Honestly, I love doing these live streams because you can see all the
Yeah.
different cultures that you are bringing into one place. So that's really neat to have someone in Africa tuning in. So thanks so much for tuning in. A 2005 Camry versus 2006 Honda Accord. I'm trying to remember what generation that is. I was really young when those were out, but I think the 2006 Accord was one of my favorite generations, actually, as a
Yeah.
matter of fact.
That was prior to the one that I owned. If you guys have been around for a long time, you know that I used to
Real
drive a
long time.
2010 Camry. But this is going to be the generation before that. So the one that's a little bit more square looking. That was a very popular generation. I guess all Camrys are pretty popular, but I know a lot of people bought those and they were very, very reliable. I'm not sure about the Honda Accord, but I guess,
I think that was a really nice generation. Had the triangle taillights in the back. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
It was one of the first cars, actually, I'm
LED.
thinking that had LED tail lights, mainstream cars.
I think we're right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember, but I think I'm right.
Unfortunately, like Mason said, I was a little before our car reviewing time, so I've not personally driven either of those two products.
If I had
but
to pick on style, I would pick the Honda Accord, though. I liked
yeah,
that one. That was a really nice car. Okay. Let's see if we got any other new comments on that. I think we mostly have caught up here, so
We had
See
some
some of
people
the new
talking
ones.
about the LED headlights on the 2023 Hyundai Elantra video from yesterday. Yeah, if you guys haven't tuned into that yet, yesterday's review was the 2023 Hyundai Elantra. We were doing the limited trim level. That's actually the only trim level that gets standard LED headlights, which was, I believe, our airball was the fact that it's just the limited. Of course, some of the competition, like Corolla, Civic, has standard LED headlights on all the trim levels. And yeah,
Yeah,
you already know how we feel about that. I mean, it just
yeah,
should be. I think it should be available. We're in a time where LEDs are. I don't feel like a very expensive thing to add to a car. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like most cars, no matter what the price point, should come with LED headlights at this point. You can just see so much better.
right.
When we're in a car with halogens, which we were recently, I can't remember what it was, driving it at night, and it had halogen lights, and it was, really quite shocking the difference once you've gotten used to having LEDs like we have. Going back to the halogen is a big difference for sure.
Right. Let's see. Okay. Someone's from Canada. It's nice to see you joined from our neighboring country. It's not quite as far away as Africa, but still nice to see a lot of people coming around. Mason Bell asked if we're going to get a press car Grand Cherokee 4xe. We actually already had one. I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, we had one last week. So that will be coming onto our channel soon. So that's stay tuned for that. That's actually our first plug-in hybrid that we've had at the house for an extensive test. So that was a little bit of an interesting thing to, experience that for the first time, charging the car up to what 25 miles of range, and actually you'll be very pleasantly surprised, I think, at the review because it's. I think we ended up driving about half of the entire week on electric power because based on like just 400 miles of driving. We just kept charging it up every night or whatnot.
Hmm.
And you actually use a surprising amount of it in battery power between the full electric range as well as in combination with the hybrid. So we actually really quite liked it. We did
Right.
about half of the driving in gas or in electric.
I think a lot of people forget that a plug-in hybrid is still a hybrid at the end of the day. So even after you run out of that initial charge, which tends to be somewhere between like 20 and 35 miles or something like that, depending on the car, you can still get really impressive fuel economy just because you spend a lot of time in electric mode. But we'll, of course, talk about all of that stuff real detailed and much further in our full review coming up soon.
Right. All right. Let's see. We got a few more questions. What car has the best chance of going 200,000 miles and still go strong? Well, I don't know. We don't really do reliability testing here, but I would say probably a Toyota, Honda, something along those lines would probably have your best shot. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, his
Historically speaking, there you go.
right. I mean,
Yeah,
we could get on a little bit of a tangent because there's perhaps some people blow history out of proportion. I mean, I feel like speaking from the things that I've seen, no matter which brand it is, perhaps buying something at the very first model year is not the best move. So I look for cars that have been produced in basically unchanged for 2 or 3 years. If you want that ultimate reliability, I think that's a good thing to look for, no matter which brand it is. Um, and of course, there's just some brands that are known to have lots of reliability problems. So
right.
check Consumer Reports or whatever. They're going to tell you what people that actually own them say about them. All we can say is an opinion after a week. So if something didn't break
If
down,
something blew up
if
in a
it breaks
week,
down in a week while we have
probably
it,
don't recommend it.
then
But
that's really, really bad. But after,
right,
outside of that, and outside of course, the cars we own personally, because we can give you that inside information on those. So the Tesla Model 3 and our Sonata are our long-term testers, so we'll be able to give you reliability information about that. But outside of that, turn to the reliability experts.
yeah. Okay. We also got a question. Should I get a Camry or Tiguan? You think there will be a new design coming soon? Camry probably will be all new in 2025 model year. 2025 model year is what I would guess. Maybe 2024. Um,
So
it came out in
18.
18, 19, 20, 22. Yeah. I bet 2024 it'll be a new model year
Yeah.
or a new generation of the Camry. So if you want to wait until then, you could do a Camry. The Tiguan probably would be a little bit longer. They just refreshed that not long ago. So um, just depending on whatever you like now, SUV, sedan, that type of deal. We also have a comment from Kyle Conley says, "I'm blind and you guys do a great job. Can you give me some insight on exterior colors as well in the future? Also, will Hyundai be bringing the Ioniq Hybrid back for 2023?"
Okay, so I can address the thing at the end there for sure. No, there's not going to be the Ionic lineup is becoming a sub brand, and that sub brand is referring to full electric vehicles. So what was previously a hybrid model and a plug-in hybrid and a full electric, that the old Ionic body style stuff is going away in favor of the Ionic with a number after it. Each number is going to refer to a different size category. So right now we have the Ionic 5. We've tested that extensively. And then the Ionic 6, if you guys have been tuned to new car debuts, you've seen that's going to be the next thing in the Ionic lineup. That's going to be a full electric sedan. Very sporty, very sleek and aerodynamic looking. It's going to be a super cool car. That's coming out in the next year or so, I guess. I believe.
I think in the next 6 months.
Yeah, actually, I believe in the next 6 months. So that's going to be, yeah. If you like that car, stay tuned to our channel so we can hopefully test that out. And then I don't know what the number is. I want to say 7 or 8. It's going to be an SUV, a large SUV.
7.
7. Yeah,
Yes.
something
Yes.
like that.
Ioniq 7.
I get confused between the Ionic
And the
future
Kia.
lineup and the Kia because Kia's doing EV and they're doing a number as well, but their numbers are totally different. Their large SUV is going to be EV9,
Yes.
and then what they have now is EV6, not 5.
They
Lots of
try and
number.
confuse you
Yes,
guys.
the new electric. A lot of these brands are coming out with
Yeah.
very convoluted naming structures.
EQS Mercedes SUV, the EQS SUV.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on, Mercedes.
like
If anyone's on here from Mercedes, please just go ahead and rename that before I even have to try and review something.
We could
with
really
that
go
name.
on a tangent. Maybe we'll just do a full live stream of naming structure.
'Cause
But
that's stupid, right?
some of this stuff makes no sense. Like Audi's just be throwing e-tron on everything. They call it 20 different categories of cars e-tron. Doesn't make any sense, but never mind. Anyways,
in regards to the exterior colors, we've been trying to incorporate that in our videos as well too. If you pay attention, Drew normally talks about the nice colors. If it's black, probably not. But I think if I'm understanding your question right, he's going to try and mention the specific exterior color of the model we were reviewing that day. So
yes.
BMW iX. We do. I don't know if we still have one at our dealership. We did have one for a little bit. We weren't able to get out there and do it, but I assume we'll be doing a video on it sometime soon.
Have you guys had any bloopers recently when reviewing? Of course, we have lots of bloopers. Yeah. For those of you guys who don't know, back in the day, we used to do like a deleted scene video at the end of the year. What we decided to do is just kind of include bloopers in kind of the main videos to show you guys the human side of making the reviews. It's not always, or it doesn't always come out perfectly the first time. So, there's bloopers in the videos, and particularly if you go to the very end of the video. So stay tuned all the way to the end. You'll see some deleted scenes. If you're the type of person that enjoys watching the deleted scenes, they definitely happen pretty routinely, some days much worse than others. I'm thinking of something recently. It's the 2023 Infiniti QX55. We had quite a few deleted
that's
scenes.
right. Yeah, we were next.
Nearby construction.
Yeah.
Some horrible screeching sounds of unloading metal beams. it's funny sometimes the timing of things. As soon as I start talking, they start
Lawnmowers. Yeah,
scraping and
it
blowing
happens.
and
Happens all
smashing
the time.
ambulances, fire
Yeah,
trucks, everything.
right. All right. Darian asked, "Are you ever going to get a new Tesla?" Well, we'll see. We'll see on the channel what cars we'll have on there. We like to keep you guys informed and stuff. No plans currently to get any new Tesla, that's for sure. So, but we'll keep you guys updated. We'll be going to the Detroit Auto Show. Possibly, possibly. I think that's in September. We're registered for it. So just depends on what our schedule looks like that week. Hopefully, we'll have the like a less busy week, and we can head up to the Detroit Auto Show to get everything covered up there. So, someone asked about Caleb asked about the 2022 Cadillac XT4 Sport. We'll actually probably be doing the 2023 Cadillac XT4. I believe those are rolling out to lots now, so we'll do the 23 model year, but we will do an XT4 probably just on the 23 though.
We got a question about official passenger and cargo figures of the next generation Lexus RX. I would anticipate they're going to come out soon when the vehicle is kind of released to the general public. Once again, we'll work to get our hands on that as soon as possible. When we do get our hands on that, we should be provided with official dimensions and everything to let you guys compare to the outgoing generation as well as the competitive
And
set.
in the meantime, we do have 2 RX videos on the channel. So if you want to learn more about it without those official measurements, then you can go watch those videos as well. The RX 350 as well as the RX 500H F Sport Performance are on our channel right now.
Right. And Kyle's following up about the Ionic hybrid. He's asking what is the replacement? Well, there's not really a direct replacement, so to speak, but the closest replacement is the Elantra hybrid. That's going to be the most similar. But like I said, they've kind of pivoted the Ionic brand from away from the hybrid and gas stuff to full electric, and that's going to be that way for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
Do you have a good relationship with other auto YouTubers?
Right. Yes, we
Yes.
do. Yeah. Everyone's all very nice.
Yes,
So
very happy to say that people are very, very nice in our industry. We've met so many people. They're so kind and so welcoming. And it's really just a great environment to be around these people. Just like you see them on, you know, the videos themselves. We're real people, and you meet everybody, and it's really nice to know how they are in real life and how friendly they are, and like I said, very welcoming.
right. I don't know if I don't know if Kirk K is Kirk Kreefels. He might be. He might be if this is Kirk
Well,
Kreefels. It
that's
could be
not
him.
his official. It would have a little
It,
check next to
I
it,
know it's
wouldn't
not
it?
his official, but it could be his personal. If it is him, he's great too. What's going on YouTube? Yeah, you're right. I have personal YouTube as well. You gotta have an alias somewhere,
Okay.
so it could be him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are approaching kind of the hour mark, so we're going to be logging off here. We got to get some videos done for you all, so unfortunately, we will have to probably end this in the next few minutes. If you have any last things that you'd like us to answer, pop those in there really fast, and we'll answer them. To recap, we'll be heading to see the new CRV, the refreshed Hyundai Palisade in the next few weeks. We have a lot of upcoming loaners, Camry TRD, a Volvo C40, LX600 Lexus, a Toyota Tundra Capstone. Those will all be coming down to our house. We'll hopefully add on maybe some even more loaners after that. So all those videos will be coming to the channel. So definitely get ready for those. And the travel videos, those are definitely something to look forward to. The CRV and all that, that's going to be something you all are going to love. So pay attention for that. Also follow us on TikTok and Instagram. If you watch the end of our videos, I'll go into that mode. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram for our shortest form content. But if you haven't followed us there, we have all types of stuff on there. So please go ahead and do that. And like we said, we will have upcoming announcements in our upcoming live streams that I'm sure you guys are all going to want to see. So get excited for those and the live streams in general. We're hoping to do a lot more of these. We love interacting with you all. So hopefully we'll have Saturday afternoons pegged off twice a month, hopefully. Not anything official, not guaranteeing it, but I will do my best to get to get us both here at the same time and not be filming or whatnot. So um, see if we have any last comments. Oh, someone's just getting here. Sorry, Wyatt. Unfortunately, you might have to go watch our or just replay the live stream here. I wish you were here a little earlier, but there'll be one next Saturday if you want to set an alarm. So, or not next Saturday, 2 weeks from now, hopefully. But yeah, guys, thanks so much. He said, appreciate the response. I still don't know if this is Kurt Kriefels. This is gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to go text him or something. I don't even know if I have his phone number, but
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, appreciate you guys. You guys all have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you guys in the next review. Remember Lucid Air versus Model S Plaid tomorrow, so tune in for that. We want it to be off to a good start. So if you guys watch it, it should hopefully get recommended out, and then we'll get a bunch of views off of it, and then we can get some cooler stuff for you all to see. So see you guys, and you have a great rest of your weekend. Peace.